Well, hello there folks, and welcome to video number 87. This video is on finding the midpoint of a line segment. And I've got a funny looking formula for you, and I will explain that a little bit later. However, the keywords are midpoint and line segment. So the midpoint is the halfway point along a line segment, and a line segment is just part of the line that's been clearly indicated to you within the question. Okay, lines could go on forever, infinity, either way, off the graphs, but we've got a specific part of that line to deal with. That's what a line segment is. Now the method states to find the midpoint of a line segment, you will be given two clear coordinate values on the line. You've got to find the sum of those two x values and half them, and you've got to find the sum of the two y values and half them. Doing this is giving you the midpoint values to give as a coordinate. Now I will show you my preferred way of doing this sort of question. In number 1 we have 2 points on the line. We have O, which we will refer to as 0, 0, and A, which we can refer to as 3, 12. So there's my two coordinates. Now if we add the two x values, 0 plus 3, and then half them, alright, we will get the value for the midpoint of the x value for the midpoint. So 3 over 2, 3 over 2 is 1.5. So 1.5 is our midpoint, and I'm going to refer to that as M. Most of the time we will call it point M. Alright, and then if I add the two y values, so 0 plus 12, 0 plus 12, divide by 2, well that's going to give us 12, and 12 divided by 2 is 6. So I've found the midpoint of the line segment, and you could plot that point on there if you wanted to, and it's just there, and it looks right as well. Okay, and that's a nice thing to do, is just go, yeah, it looks right, plotted it on there, pretty confident that's the correct answer. Okay, right, moving on to question 2. I've got to find the midpoint of the line CB. So C starts at here, which is minus 6, 4, and I'm going to label that. So C is equal to minus 6, 4, and then B is at 4 minus 6. So write it underneath, B equals 4 minus 6. So I'm going to add together the two x values. So that's going to give me minus 6 plus 4 is minus 2. Half that is minus 1. So M equals minus 1. Right, and then 4 plus minus 6. So 4 is minus 6. And then 4 plus minus 6 is 4 minus 6. And that's minus 2. Right, and if you half minus 2, you get minus 1 again. So we have the midpoint at minus 1, minus 1. And let's just check to see if that makes sense. And that would be there. And that looks like it's correct, doesn't it? Okay. Same down, same across, same down, same across. Right? That was quite a nice one, but it was negative, and that's why it was a little bit trickier. Now in question B, here we've got to find the midpoint of the line joining Q and R. Now Q and R aren't on the graph, right? They're just listed here as coordinates. We can do exactly the same thing though. We don't need the graph to do it. So minus 11 plus 3, so that's going to be minus 8 over 2. And then for our y value, add the two y values, that's 11 over 2. Okay, and then we could leave it at that, alright, but we can simplify. Minus 8 over 2 would be minus 4. And if you wanted to, you could say that was 5.5. 5.5. Alright, it'd give us a decimal, or you could give it as a fraction, it wouldn't matter. So there you go, there's our answer to that one. Right, let's have a look at question number 3, move myself over. Alright, find the coordinate of point B on the diagram. Now, this time we have got point A and the midpoint. Alright, so we've got this kind of sketch with no scale here. There's no numbers on here. We've just got what the coordinate values are. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at the difference between the x coordinate values this time. So the difference is found by doing some taking away. So we're going to do 3 minus 0.5. Okay, is 2.5. So what we'd need to do is we'd need to be 2.5 down from 0.5. If you've got the sketch to do this on, it's quite nice. So we know that this difference, not this difference, sorry, what am I talking about? The x difference. The x difference is the horizontal difference. So this difference here between these 2 points is 2.5. All right. That means that the difference between these 2 points is also 2.5. And then we've got the y values here. It's very easy to get mixed up between the y and the x values, actually. All right. Very, very common mistake. I nearly did, but I didn't. Right. Now the y values here, if we find the difference in those, we've got 7 minus 2. All right, probably label that x and y. All right, 7 minus 2 is 5. So we know that this difference is 5. Here, I'm going to put that as 2.5. So all we need to do is have 0.5 and take away 2.5, because we can see we're going in the negative here. All right, so 0.5 minus 2.5 is minus 2. So we know our b coordinate here, that point there, is minus 2. All right. And our b's x coordinate, sorry, is minus 2. And then the y coordinate, well, that's got a difference of 5, and that's got a difference of 5. And if we take 5 off of 2, 2 minus 5, we're going to get minus 3. And that's going to give us that point there on the y-axis, all right, which is minus 3. All right, and you can just see if that makes sense, your answer. You can see if it makes sense by doing the calculation that you would normally do to find the midpoint. So if you added a and b together, all right, well, we've got minus 2 plus 3. All right, minus 2 plus 3 is 5. Half that is, no, hold on, sorry. Minus 2 plus 3 is 1. I'm doing 2 plus 3. Minus 2 plus 3 is 1. Half that is a half. Right, this is what this midpoint value is, so that worked. And then obviously you've got your minus 3, you're going to add 7, that's going to get you 4, and if you half 4, you get 2, which is that value there. All right, so working it backwards is about finding the difference. That's inversing operation. You're working it backwards, aren't you? Kind of makes sense. All right, so there we go. There's the topic of how to find the midpoint of a line segment. Hope you enjoyed that one. Hope you enjoyed me getting a little bit confused at the end there. Right, happens to anyone at any point. Right, the point is you work your way through it and you get it right. Okay, which is why I'm not editing these videos or redoing them for minor mistakes. I have redone a couple of videos if people have pointed out any mistakes, but you wouldn't know that unless I told you, and I just told you. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Watch another one. Keep working hard, and I'll see you later on. Bye bye.